You know that feeling of deja vu? You know that feeling of deja vu? You know that feeling of deja vu?
Yes. Yes, sir.
You know that feeling of deja vu?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Deja vu, you know, when your heart stops and your stomach drops, and yet everything keeps moving like molasses, pulling you forwards, and you're seeing yourself see yourself while you're seeing yourself be yourself. Uncanny. When I feel deja vu, I take it as a sign that I'm in the right space at the right time, that the dimensions are aligned. Time and space. Holy shit, those are big themes. Big words, right? Cosmic words, huge concepts. There's so much I could talk about right now. I could talk about landscapes, I could talk about traffic, I could talk about cohabitation or aliens. What else could I talk about? What does time and space touch on? Yeah, synchronicity, synchronicity, that's a big one. Being late, watches, clocks, etiquette, breathing room, personal space, all the nitty-gritty stuff. But I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty stuff. This is multi-cult. This place is for big ideas. I want to lean into the void. I want to look straight in the face of the abyss and fall in. Are you ready? Are you ready? Does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? So I can't imagine why. We've all got time enough to die. Bum, 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 bum. It's really good. You're doing good. Thank you. Yeah, that's a great song, right? Here's the thing. Time and space invite existential questions. Time and space are dimensions. They hold all and nothing. They intersect and yet move away from one another, infinitely beyond our comprehension, surpassing any possibility of human imagination. They humble us, and yet we need them to mark time, to mark growth, to track ourselves, to see the patterns, to see the cycles. Time moves in a spiral. It comes back to the same point, and yet something is different. When I was a kid, I lived at the end of a dirt road on the outskirts of a small town. And every school day, I had to walk to and from the bus stop. It was about a half-mile walk. It was very beautiful. It was like about the distance of one lap around this circle. Half mile, give or take. And I walked that path and I biked that path so many times. It's so ingrained in my memory. So much happened there. I saw a lot of cool bugs. There were some angry dogs. That was like a big drama of my childhood, was dealing with the angry dogs. And there's this one point in the path. Can I have you three stand up? Yeah, come one step inside. And just put your hands out like this. Thank you. Okay. There's this one point in the path where there are these beautiful flowers, roses probably, and whenever they were blooming, I would stop on my walk and I would take my time smelling each flower. Oh, loved life. I loved being alive. Can you stand up, please, with the sunglasses? And just stand there in the light. Just stay there. One day, I was about 7 and I had smelled the flowers and I was feeling good and I ran home. I was so excited and I wanted to tell my dad. And he's like, listen, I smelled the flowers, they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful today. And he looked at me and he said,
have you ever thought about the fact that everything you see, hear, smell, and touch might just be in your imagination? How do you know that I'm real? That you're not just dreaming me? How do you know that anything is real? Maybe you're controlling it all. Have you thought about that?
I hadn't. But I did for a long time. I wept, racked with uncertainty. How could I be responsible for so much I don't understand? If all of this is in my mind, where did these crazy ideas come from? How could I create a world filled with so much suffering? I walked past the flowers, unsure if I was merely willing them into existence. Terrified that as soon as I turned away, they would disappear. Alone at night in my bunk bed, the wind whipped the trees against the window. I stopped trusting my dad. And a few years later, I was walking down the path, past the flowers. When I looked at them, they were there. Through my favorite section, the tree tunnel. Can you just stand up for me? Just stand up. Just stand. The tree tunnel. So beautiful. The leaves blowing. It always felt like the most magical place. One time a spider fell on my face in the tree tunnel. A friendly spider. I was walking through the tree tunnel and I saw ahead of me, suddenly, a deer standing in the road. We locked eyes. She was so beautiful, so alien to me. It was a moment that stretched into infinity. I took a step forward, and so did she. Another step. Another. We were close enough to touch, and I wanted to reach out, but I was afraid. I whispered, "Hello." I almost started to move. She blinked and turned away. I ran home. My heart was beating so fast. Giddy. I had been set free. She rejected me. She rejected me. If everything was a part of my imagination, that deer and I would still be in a loving embrace. But no, she rejected me. She was something else. something different, not of my mind. I am not alone. I am not in control. I don't call the shots. I am one of many. I didn't tell my dad. Time and space describe dimensions, axes of understanding, planes on which we place meaning. They intersect and they move away from one another infinitely, infinitely. Time and space hold all and nothing. Time and space contain the stuff of life. They contain the cosmos, all energy, movement, motion. All creation, destruction occur across time, across space. This stuff of life, this universe, this force, so far beyond us, I call goddess. That's just me. There are many names. There are many ways to call. Actually, do you mind if I make a call right now? Do you mind if I just like make a ring call, you know? The reception should be pretty good because we're in sacred space right now. I just forgot one prop. I'll be right back.